Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, BHOLI, on the ninth chapter of our book. It's written by A.K. Abbas. BHOLI is the story of Sulekha. She is a young girl neglected by all. Education transforms her. It inspires courage and confidence in her. She raises her voice for her rights. The main character of the story is a simple girl. She is Bholi and her real name was Sulekha, and she is the fourth daughter of Nambardar Ramlal. She fell out of her cot when she was 10 months old and probably a part of her brain was damaged. Pretty at the time of her birth, her body was disfigured and at the age of 2 by an attack of smallpox. Only her eyes were saved. As late speaker, she could not speak clearly and so children made fun of her. There, Bholi was the weakest child while her brother and sisters were healthy. Her sister, who were good looking, were married off and her brothers were sent to the city to study. When a primary school was opened in their village, Bholi's father, who was a revenue officer, wanted her to study there. He sent Bholi to school even though her mother protested against it. As Bholi was not good looking, Bholi could not speak properly, so her mother always tried to hide her. So dressed in a new clothes, she was sent to school. Happy to see other girls there, she hoped that one of them would become her friend. The teacher asked her name, but Bholi was too scared to answer. As this scenario was totally new to her and she was always kept inside of house, so she was quite introvert. The teacher smilingly encouraged her to speak. She also asked Bholi to come to the school daily. She gave her a book with many colorful pictures in it. She also told Bholi that she would soon be able to read it and everyone would treat her with respect. Bholi was filled with hope. With all these courageous and positive words by the teacher, Bholi felt good and hopeful. As the village progressed, the primary school became a high school. And here, when Bholi was of marriageable age, her father fixed her match with a person named Vishambar, as he had a big shop, house, and a large bank balance. Nearly 50 years old. The man was 50 years old nearly. He also walked with a limp. Not only that, he was a widower and had grown up children. So, this is the scenario. This is the man with whom Bholi's marriage was fixed. So, Bholi was not consulted when this marriage was fixed. Then the day of her marriage came and Bishambar arrived with a big barat. He was pleased with the arrangements, but when Bholi's silken veil was removed, he saw he was shocked to see her pockmarked face. He refused to garland her and said that the marriage would go through only if an additional 5,000 rupees were given to him. Ramlal brought the money. When Bishambar was about to garland her, Bholi flung the garland into the fire. She very clearly told her father that she would not marry that man who was not just only old and lame but also a mean man and greedy person. She took a vow never to get married. She decided that she would become a teacher and serve her parents in their old age. So this is the story of Bholi, how she overcame all her fear, all her diffidence, and it was only education and her teacher who encouraged her to raise her voice in need and to write for her rights. So this is how one should raise her voice against any sort of misdeeds which goes on. Everyone should be educated so that they can or she or he can raise voice against any misdeed. This story tells us how Bholi get rid of all the miseries of her life, and it was her courage. At the last moment, she refused to get married with a person who is not only old, not only lame, but also a greedy person. And it clearly shows that this sort of person can never be changed. They only marry people, marry girls, just for money and to fulfill their greed. This is all about the story, a very simple and beautiful story. It will teach you many things, I hope. Thank you. Have a good day.